In the public mind, UFO is synonymous with little green men from outer space. That's putting the cart before the horse. What we are studying at the Center for UFO Studies in Evanston are the properties of a phenomenon. Here there's this constant flow of reports whose contents are bizarre and tremendously intriguing. That's what we're studying. And the center is basically a collection of a rather loose association of scientists from various universities who have become intrigued by this intellectually challenging thing.
Say that again?
Was that flying saucer crash in New Mexico? What was it called again?
Roswell, New Mexico.
Thank you.
Yes.
So
I'm the original civilian investigator, the Roswell incident.
Oh, were you?
I first heard about it in 1978. And I talked to Major Jesse Marcel, and I've been at it ever since. I've got a book out, Crash at Corona. That's the town actually closer to the case. I've got 5 books out.
5?
Yeah. Hey, you do a lot of research, you do a lot of travel, you do a lot of investigation. I've been to...
Did it happen? New Mexico, did it happen?
What?
Did it happen in New Mexico?
Yes.
It did happen?
Yes. Indeed. A flying saucer crashed. Actually, 2 of them. There was another one over in Aztec, New Mexico, the following March.
When they're floated through the wall of their home, through the window, through the door, again, this, so many of the details of these experiences make no sense in our kind of the Newtonian, Cartesian, Western, whatever you want to call it, notions of reality, and yet the stories are consistently described with, again, the self-critical attitude that the people have, and they may see a typical unidentified flying object, a saucer-shaped or cigar-shaped vehicle on the ground of their home, emanating bright lights, or they may be taken by a small craft up into the sky to a kind of mothership.
For example, you'd have something that would approximate what a UFO does. It's a lot of energy in a small space, emitted through light energy and through pulsed microwave energy. The second level is what happens to witnesses, what would happen to you and me if we were close to that source of energy. And again, now we're beginning to understand the physiological and the psychological correlations of a close encounter. Yeah. And those have to do with a loss of the sense of space, loss of orientation. I've had witnesses tell me we were driving north when everybody knows they were driving south. They were disoriented at the time. Loss of the sense of time, people thinking that only 10 minutes went by and 3 hours went by. Very often effects on the skin, sunburns, I think that was shown in close encounters. Yes. Effects on the eyes, going from conjunctivitis to blindness, to temporary blindness in some cases.
And sometimes you've mentioned people have actually been healed of diseases.
There have been cases where after a UFO close encounter, it seems that the healing process had been sped up. Now there are known techniques now using electromagnetic radiation that will heal the fractures, for example, or will heal superficial wounds on the skin, but nothing that would heal as fast as the reported effects. Yeah. So we're beginning to understand at least the descriptions, the symptoms of the exposure to whatever UFO is.
I thought anyway. And then in recent years, it turns out that governments have been taking them seriously all along, very seriously. Nick Pope is a journalist who has spent years researching UFOs for the British government. He says that UFOs aren't just real, they also frequently come close to crashing into commercial airliners, among other things. Nick Pope joins us tonight. Nick, thank you very much for coming on. So it's really not a question of, do governments believe UFOs are real? Yes, they do. The United States government does, the British government does. The question is, do they have any idea what they are, where they're from?
No, we don't. We keep an open mind on it. We don't rule anything off, take nothing off the table with this. Our point really is that whatever these things turn out to be, there is a serious defense, national security, and air safety issue here.